late at least. Running late. Running late.
Yeah, late is relative.
It is.
It's like, I don't feel tardy. Isn't that from one of the greatest Van Halen songs ever?
Running late.
I don't feel tardy. From Hot for Teacher.
All right, let's do this thing we call Monday. Quiet on the set.
Greetings, everybody.
I love this shit. I love this shit.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. 8 years plus and still running. Who'd have ever thought they'd last this long? Lunch with no other than the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours.
That's right. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Monday Madness, where Lomir ruins the intro and makes me have to do extra work today to go clean that shit up. Thanks, Lomir.
I know it's the,
what are friends for?
that quiet on the set.
I didn't think you were recording it at that point.
But when I say quiet on the set, that means the intro's rolling. You know, we're recording.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah,
I must have come in afterwards.
Plus, we're recording like a minute and a half before we actually get there. So anyway, I'm probably not going to fix it anyway. I'm just busting Lomir's chops because it's too much freaking work to go back and edit all that and just leave it the way it is. Because hey, we're live every Monday through Friday here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. And for the record, it is Monday, January 23rd, 2023. January's coming gone almost already, and we have a release coming up this Thursday with release 110. 110 months of releases here coming up on Thursday, yes. And we've got some stuff to talk about, some fixes, stuff that's going to be in the release.
We have news.
We have news? What? No.
News.
We don't have any news.
News on the Twitterverse.
What is news?
We have news on the Twitterverse.
Oh, really?
I
was going to say, don't make me go over there and actually click those buttons, which I actually just did.
No, they don't.
Last post from Catnip Games, November 18th, 2022. Last post from Shroud of the Avatar, January 3rd, beginning of the month. No new updates at all on the Twitterverse, but you know,
informing the community on what they're working on is what they're not doing.
Yeah, is answering Tina's question that we don't know yet. But everything that we're seeing leads to the answer of not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen under my watch.
Not gonna happen this month. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's
Are
not gonna.
are you wearing a watch, Jack?
Today, no, I am not.
So, I guess it could happen today.
No, my
No.
watch is currently on the ground in my bedroom
Oh, okay.
because it got knocked off of the charging thing. So I did end up purchasing like the Google Watch, but any watch that you have to recharge every 24 hours is fucking pointless.
Yeah, well, first off, I stopped wearing watches years and years ago because, well, working in a kitchen,
You got a phone?
they're not
That's got a
conducive.
timer.
And second, yeah, is I've always got this within reach, which is, got everything in the world you need, including the time. Plus I've got
Right.
one,
All
two,
the
three,
porn you
four,
can find.
5 monitors with the time on it. I've got Echo Show sitting over here with the time on it. I got time everywhere. So,
Yes, it is
yeah.
all available.
But one
Oh,
thing we
man.
don't have is a whole lot of time because this show is only an hour. So let's get back to visiting a topic we've been on all week last week, and I won't make any promises, but this should be the last time we visit this, at least this week. Is
Okay. The Ravalox's comment.
the global economy. So maybe this will lay it to rest for everybody.
The global item search.
Yes, global item search.
First, some history.
History.
The original concept of the game until it was killed by the
players.
removal of the control points. The never removing the developer commands of that allowed you to zone to another player included. The original concept for the game included strict regional economies. The control point gates were always closed, forcing players to go into the scene and either battle the mobs or use a side route to avoid most/all of the battles to get through, or the NPC. There was an NPC present when the player entered that would offer for a fee to allow the player to bypass the battle and teleport to the player to the exit. This was all to discourage lower level players from leaving the region until ready, and to encourage local commerce. Eventually, the gates were changed to remain open, making the control point scene completely optional. This change was made due to the double loading screen the players had to endure, not for any economy purposes. So, we do appreciate player ideas and input because we continue to support and encourage exploration and commerce at a local level within the game, and our compromise to the idea of providing a global search or global auction house continues presently in the form of providing players with the ability to list the vendor items by scene. There are a number of aspects as to why global listings or auctions will not be implemented in Soda, many being technical, but also because some such global economic methods simply don't fit into the game's intent and design.
And I'll say it one more time. I've said it hundreds and hundreds of times here on Shroud of the Avatar. An auction house is not a global search. Just like
No.
the public vendors, an auction house is an auction house and should be considered. It should be
Yes,
considered because it's not
a
the
global
lowest
auction
price. It's an
should be
auction.
considered.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the highest bidder wins, which will give people incentive either to not bid because prices are too high, leaving.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a comment from the Peanut
Page 10.
Gallery with Tina saying, "How about improving loading times?"
Yeah, those would take those new machines and data migration and new database.
Oh.
Tina knows all about it. Yeah. I
Well,
resemble that.
loading times, as we know, would require them to do such a thing called optimize at every
Optimization.
pass. And what did we never do during like the development?
Read the instructions of Unity before we started using Unity.
Or utilize any Unity best practice, such as optimize, and refactor, and optimize, and
reading
optimize,
the
and
docs.
optimize.
Yes, reading the docs. Optimize at every pass. That's right.
Yeah.
Banana.
Yes.
And then a couple comments on page 10. We'll get those out of the way before we move on here.
A couple of comments on page 10. Thanks for the full explanation. My issue is not with regional economies. It has to do with more frustration I have when trying to find what I'm looking for and also being able to participate myself. Are you asking the /trade channel in the game when looking for specific items? I have, and it very rarely helps.
Indeed.
Because that the /trade channel is not a persistent chat. It is only the people that are online and the only people that are paying attention.
And you have to either be in the trade chat. Let's get this up on screen real quick just so we can.
Yes.
You
You
have to be in
paying.
trade chat. As you can see, since we've logged in quite a little while ago, there has
Oh,
been no
two.
universe nor trade chat. Now, of course,
I've got two.
Two what?
Two messages
In
in traders.
Oh, that just
In
came
trade.
up. Okay, yes. Okay, I see it now. I probably wasn't.
One was
scrolled all the
11
way
minutes
down.
ago. The other one was 14 minutes ago.
EC gold
but-
ingots.
Yes. Price check gold ingots.
Oh, price check. Gotcha.
Price check.
Gold
Price check.
ingots.
Silver.
I got a question.
Gold ingots / silver ingots. Min max if at all possible. And around 125 to 130. But no universe chat.
Yeah, first
not
off,
even that the Lazarus spamming, hey, we're streaming live.
Yeah,
for the 26 friends that I have online.
I have it there. I just forgot to throw it in there. So there it is. Or Led Zepp, so Led Zepp knows. But that would be really way out of line for gold ingots, considering that the average gold ore is going for about 136, and you have to use 4 ore to make an ingot. Let me see what the ingot price is here. Ingot, ING. Ingot.
Why?
A gold ingot price should be about 437. And anybody who's selling gold ingots at 125 to 130, please come see me. I'll buy all you got. Because that's
maybe he was referring to silver because it was gold and silver.
Yeah, well, a silver ingot also would be around 453. 453 and 437 respectively, because again, the ore price, gold ore currently is going around 130-ish, 135, and silver ore is currently going around 140. I'm using the BMC price guide for anybody who wants to understand that. And the reason why I use that is because that is a median price of high and low between all the sellers out there in the world. So,
Yep.
yes, Stymie, you're probably right, but I should chime in to the traders chat.
Ah, that's silly shit. Yeah. Probably confused the request for ingot price with the ore price. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, I just gave them
Yeah.
rounded numbers and not necessarily the BMC numbers, just so that they
It's all
have.
good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
then after that.
Avok goes, oh, yeah, sorry, he did. It's exactly what he did. He gave him the ore price, not the ingot price. Exactly what happened. So kudos to Jack for catching that. And
No, that was Tina.
well, you said it. I guess you must have been reading. Yeah, okay.
I read Tina's statement.
I got you.
Oh, yeah. Because do you think I actually know what the prices for anything are in game?
Tina says, wasn't me. Tina's
Oh,
not
sorry,
taking credit.
Stymie.
Yeah.
The Savage Furry. Sorry.
Okay. Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, sorry.
We got that 115K was solded yesterday for 1,000 ore. I don't know what that means, but anyway.
We need playoffs of the game.
Yes. But
Yes.
moving right around to hot news.
God, QA patch notes.
I left out the data migration, by the way. We don't need to read the data migration, right?
QA patch notes. There's QA patch notes, Laz.
Patch notes.
Patch notes.
Release notes.
The first
release
time.
notes. Release notes.
The first time since December 9th.
Has it been that long?
And
Yeah, it has.
Yes. Yes, the first time since December 9th. We have some QA server patch notes telling us that the Owl's Head ambient added sound effects along the river. Soda. Ticket number 2295.
Boy, that's way out of range.
Ticket number 2200. Remember, we are in the 71,000s now. Yeah.
Way
Remember
out of range.
remember that other statement a few months ago that, hey, we're working it on tickets as they came in.
Yeah.
From oldest to newest.
Well, again, that's customer service is handling them oldest. What the developers do with those tickets once they're entered, that is a different story. But gotta clarify that for everybody. Gotta clarify that. Customer service, oldest to newest as they come in and they get their JIRA number.
Support is processing oldest to newest.
Yes, the proper way.
As they should.
As they should. Absolutely. Credit where credit is due. Absolutely.
Yes. So support is doing their job. The developers are just randomly choosing.
Cherry picking, as you can see here, because
cherry picking.
This has got to be what, 8 years old?
Probably so.
7, 8 years old.
Yeah, because like 6 years ago they had like 40,000 tickets.
Well, I was gonna say in the 2000, it's got to be like very earliest of early. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta love it. Finally getting around to it.
Out in Blood River, they toned down the river sounds to better suit a slower river.
60,421.
Yes. Blood River outskirts adjusted compass marker a discover position and renamed the spider lair entrance. Added POI music to the cave layer. We're not really worried about the ticket numbers from here on out.
Yeah, I know. Well, that just had to be pointed out because it was just too funny.
Well, because 2200 to 60 to 59 to 71 to 66 to 71 to 71, 70. Yeah, yeah. The stone 5-story wizard tower village home, they fixed LOD and Z fighting issues. Out in Mistrinder, they added some collision, mostly for mountains on the eastern island. They fixed the health bar spacing for the third time. Winning
Again,
a party.
again,
Or
yeah.
is this the fourth part? Or is this the fifth time?
That's why I'm just saying again because I've lost count.
One of those times, there is a number. Aligned all music files to load in the background instead of preload, which is causing performance issues.
I like this. This is something that probably should have been done also ages ago. That's a major optimization move.
Well, wait. Aligned all music files to load in the background instead of preload. So but I believe that was from their pre-baking of scenes when you're loading into them.
It says all, so I don't know if
Yeah.
that's when you're playing in-game music, when you're playing music in your towns from the jukebox,
Jukebox, yeah.
the just game sound in general across the board, is according to what this is saying. So
It's going to be there's going to be issues.
it probably saves about 2 seconds on a load time, if that.
Well, and why load all music files?
Well, again, there is the questionable.
Well, I mean,
yeah. Why are we loading all the music files if they're not needed? Yeah.
in the background, yeah. I don't know, man.
Don't know.
Out in Spite, they fixed Z fighting on the floor of the moratorium. Guess you're no longer going to sink into the floor. Out in Gress, they fixed a stuck spot. Out in Libris Ruins, they fixed a stuck spot.
Fuck.
Out in Verdanus Mines, male archers incorrectly labeled as fighters now have the correct names.
Like we care about
Out
that.
in Northwood, they improved Ronwyn Pendragon's mention of the gold she gives newcomers and fixed it so she actually gives the gold she mentions.
Hey. If I say I'm giving you this much gold, it's nice that she gives that much gold. Absolutely.
Yes. Out in Erie, they corrected Venatus, so he now refers to the South Longfall wetland being east of Erie. Shouldn't that be northeast?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, isn't Erie like south and then it would be northeast?
South Longfall wetlands. No, that'd be way to fuck east. Be honest with you.
No.
Yeah, it's
Shroud of the
it's
Avatar. Tor.com/map. Dun 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 dun.
South Longfall wetland is at the very it's mostly east. It's right at the bottom of it's right near Erie. Yeah. Right near, I'm sorry.
Where's Erie?
That's not right.
It is east. It is east.
East of Erie. Okay, east of Erie.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was thinking
I thought it was further
yeah.
northeast, closer to the Longfall Woods.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, but
Yeah. But yeah. Turned
right
off
on.
the snow sky dome because spring has arrived.
shouldn't that be automatic?
No. And
Yeah.
when does spring start?
according to the game time, I don't know.
No. Like in the northern hemisphere.
Oh, well, I'm looking at
When does
game
spring
time.
start?
That's what we're talking about. Game time. We're not talking about.
No. The snow sky dome, because it's snowing in Owl's Head right now.
Oh, is it? I don't see any snow in Owl's Head.
Well, that's because you have a bunch of shit turned off. It is snowing in Owl's Head.
I didn't realize we had snow.
Yes. So they turn on the sky dome, and the here I'll take a screenshot for you, so that way you can see how silly this is. And I'm just doing the top of the window, so that way you can focus on the important things related to this screenshot. So you see the white flecks, that's snow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't know if
but
we didn't have a snowy biome that we actually had snow in Owl's Head.
it just doesn't collect.
Yeah.
So
Well, we are right by a mountain.
What's that got to
that
do with the
has
price
nothing to
of
do with it.
tomatoes? Yeah.
Well, the snow comes down from down there.
Do you see
No,
any
but-
snow caps on those mountains, Lomir? I don't.
Well, they would actually have to go repaint all of them and fix all of that shit. So, you end up with all kinds of weird things. So they enable snow in the game for all the outdoor scenes during the winter months. Okay. So Laz, when did winter officially start?
I don't know. I don't keep track of that.
Okay.
Right now it says spring in game, so I mean.
No, you can't use the in-game
Well, that's
fucking
what
calendar
the
for
frickin'
any of it.
snow
No.
is for.
This is related to real world shit.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. It should be reflected in the game world. It's spring. It shouldn't be snowing in spring in the game. Sorry.
I hate to tell you this, but they don't connect, dude.
Well, that's the whole point.
They
That's
thought
the
they were
whole
going to be
point.
special. They thought they were going to be special and like make it snow in the game when it's snowing in real life outside.
Well,
even
that
though
doesn't make any sense.
I'm aware of that.
Especially for
Because
people
remember-
like me and you who never see snow.
I'm aware of that, but the real question is,
and you know what?
when
it's not snowing here, it's snowing someplace else in the world for some other players. So I mean, that's just that makes absolutely no friggin' sense.
Shroud math, dude.
Well, I
Shroud
understand
math.
that. That makes sense.
Okay. But when does spring start in the real world?
Oh, not for another couple months.
Not for a couple more months, like in March.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you know, Stymie, I mean, yeah, I don't understand. First off, that should be automatic for game time. When the game time says spring, it's spring,
Yes.
spring showers, spring, I mean, April showers, all that good stuff. And in the fall, it should, and we should have the turning of the leaves and the color of the trees. That should all be in game time. So when it says spring, summer, winter, and fall in game,
it's reflected in the game.
It's reflected in the game.
I agree
Absolutely.
wholeheartedly
Absolutely.
with you, Laz.
And it should be automatic. It shouldn't be manually turned on and turned off.
Yes. But no, the Skydome that they're talking to is related to the real world Northern Hemisphere seasons where they turn on snow just for the winter.
Oh, that's stupid.
It is extremely stupid.
Now,
because
in other games like GTA, Red Dead from Rockstar, they turn it on for Christmas time in the game, and then they turn it off for the rest of the year because everybody thinks snow and Christmas and puts the two together. That makes some sense.
Winter holidays.
Yeah, that makes some sense. Yes, but otherwise.
But in game we have this calendar thing.
But
that has its own thing. Because remember, the in-game, it takes 7 years in-game to equal 1 year in out of game.
Right. A 1 year in
So
game is 7 years in game.
yes,
Yes.
1 year out of game is 7 years in game.
Before we get to the ground shaking news, let's get to some giveaways here. How about that?
Are you sure about that? Are you positive that you actually want to do this?
Oh, yes. I have a total of 4 entrants.
I had 3, and the wiener is the Savage Furry.
Savage Furry taking it for the win on both sides.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, Laz, how? I mean, the audacity of you expecting them to actually have things reflected in game that should have been reflected a long fucking time ago.
You know, it should be done automatically.
The audacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. The audacity of you having that
How
belief
dare
that they
I?
would have thought that, hey, we're going to put this in-game calendar and have a fucking time related to it in seasons, and we're going to put all these other elements that would be related to these seasons.
You mean
The
like the
audacity.
planetary system that's connected with everything else in game, right?
Yes.
You mean like that?
Yes.
Yeah,
They told us it was going to happen, and you ended up with a bunch of people being like, hey, they mentioned this a long time ago, but... And then going, yeah, we never hooked those systems up, so they have no impact whatsoever.
Well, we'll get to one of those examples here, hopefully today or tomorrow too. Matter of fact, before we get to the big news, let's jump over to a topic right on that topic, which is
Now I gotta go find it.
hitching posts. Let's jump ship here and derail the train.
Jump gears.
On that, yeah. We'll come back to the real good news in a minute.
Hitching posts, potions of growth and green growth in crafting stations. I just saw the ornate hitching post in the store, which is described as a place to tie your horse to. As far as I know, the riding horse is non-existent inventory when not ridden. So it could not be tied or exist alone anywhere. Even the picture used shows the riding horse while a rider sits on top, because it would not be there without a rider. So that would leave only decoration horses. I have not seen one yet with reins that could be tied to a hitching post. Most run around freely, e.g. at the stable in Castle Athos. So, are the hitching posts functional, and can a horse be tied to it? The answer is no.
Yes. And as we will see here, if you go over to, and the horse isn't even tied to the hitching post here, it's just a rider sitting on a horse next to said hitching post.
Yeah. You're looking at the crown shop for the hitching post,
which is a vault edition. Don't get me started.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started.
It should have never come out. Yeah.
This rare previously expired. Should stay expired.
Mm-hmm.
But totally worthless hitching post that depict a place to tie your horse with, it says. Depict
a place to tie your horse. You can roleplay tying your horse by tossing some rope that is also completely non-functional, other than a decoration that can lay on the ground. Yeah.
Hitching post fucking worked in Ultima Online. Thank you very much. Enough said.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
We shouldn't compare the fact that the UO team was smaller than the Shroud team
initially
and was able to complete more functionality based off of a much more limited availability of tools, because they had to create their own game engine versus using something where they didn't have to create the game engine. Not a fair way to compare things.
And then another interesting factoid is once they made proof of concept, and they decided to sell beta discs, and they got 65,000 plus orders. They actually scrapped another game that was in production and took that whole team and then threw them over there, giving them a bunch of people who didn't want to work on the fucking project because their project just got tossed in the round bin, and the game still got made, which is even more. You took a small team who made it possible, and then you took a larger team off another project of disgruntled people and put them on this project who didn't want to be there. And we still got all this good stuff. So
Yes.
oh,
But
come
the growth
on. Aren't there
potions.
more important things to worry about than the hitching post being purely visual? Yeah, it's called making the hitching post purely functional, Tina.
Function? Yeah.
Anyway,
It's like don't half-ass all your things.
well, talking about half-ass, let's talk about that next topic right there before the crafting
Okay.
stations. We're not going to talk about, but the next one below it.
Hopefully you're not picking up the vacuum cleaner that's being run now. Hold on. Let me
We are a
close
little
my
bit.
door a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Hold I can't close that door fully, but I closed it partially. Okay. So we're not finishing the rest of that green growth potion.
Well,
But-
that's what we want to finish is just the growth potion.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is another one that makes absolutely no fucking sense.
The growth potions are limited to non-PvP POT. Why? As far as I read the description, they only make the avatar 15 or 15% larger, but do not Hulk him out by changing his strength or its strength, which would give a fighting advantage. Why the limit to POT and exclude player run town and NPC towns? Some say green guy in a forested area like you would not appear to change anything important.
Yeah. Yeah.
No clue, dude.
I never understood
clue.
why they limited that. The explanations back in the day didn't make any sense, but
Well, I mean, their exclamations, do they ever really make sense
rarely.
when you really look at them and you
Like-
really think about what you're doing?
Like auction houses being too technical, which means basically I don't have the skills, is what that really says.
Yeah. It's silly.
Yeah, well, Vespers, my understanding was that even though that changed, and especially on certain items, while it physically changed on screen, the actual character box in game never actually changed size, was my understanding of that. So while the physical image on screen might have been one thing, the character box always remained static, was my understanding. So, yeah. And again, if you're having problems walking through doors, well, that's on you. That's your foolish mistake for doing that, you know.
Yeah. It does in the fall with the pirate hat. You got stuck in some doors.
Yeah, the pirate hat has
that's because
issues,
there's-
somebody said. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
That's because they don't know the scale of the pirate hat.
Well, again, it's the box. But
I know.
let's
I
get
know.
back to the big news. Finally getting to
Okay.
something that we've been harping on, especially this guy's been harping
3
on
years
for.
3 years in the making. Additional subscriber reward titles through month 120, June 2028. Note, they added subscriber reward titles through month 120. This is where Laz and I have questions. Is this through subscriber month 120, which really would be release 360?
Yes.
Or is it through release 120, which will be in 2 months?
Now it'll be, well, first off, 120 won't be in 2 months because we're only at 110. So
Oh
120 would
yeah,
be in
yeah.
10
Sorry.
months,
Yeah.
but
Sorry.
it's
Yeah. 10 months.
120 every, it's just 120. First off, subscriptions are only 54 months in. Actually, let me go look at that. 54, 55 months in. So we didn't have subscriptions from the get-go.
I know, but still,
So
it's
through subscription month 120, which again will be in,
that would be 5 years of subscribing.
yes,
I haven't
well,
subscribed
five
since
years from
release
now.
69. So
Okay, let me see my account.
see,
Subscriptions.
we don't know because still needs to be deployed on the website, and new titles
Yes.
will not new titles will not be delivered yet.
We're on 55 months of subscriptions right now. So through 120 months of subscriptions.
That's 5 years of subscriptions. When did your
Well,
subscription start?
well, no, it's 5 years from now. They started back in 2018. Started
Okay,
in
so
the original July 2018, and to
you
this
see where
past
this is
month.
problematic, right?
No, I don't see where it's problematic. We're at 55 months, so through month 120, which is another 55, 65, another 75 months. So it's another five
Hey,
years from now.
but last,
But
no matter what, you won't see a new title because new titles will not be delivered yet.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It'll probably be in the first patch. It'll be in the first patch.
You hope.
Yeah, because they're not gonna, they're not gonna test it on QA because that wouldn't make any sense. First off,
Huh.
I don't think you can deliver those on QA that way, can you?
Yeah, you can. It just looks at your subscription age and applies the appropriate title.
Yeah,
It's using the same data from production, so yeah, it
right,
should
but
be able to.
I guess, I guess.
It should be able to.
Well, we should be able to hitch horses to posts. We should be able to, yeah, do a lot of things.
Should be able to.
Should be able to right click and delete coconuts without a trash bin. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's like should be
you
able
should
to,
be
but
able to.
we're dealing with the people that we trust with our data, not to lose a month of it.
Anyway, very happy to see that, and again, kudos where kudos is due. Finally, for getting that dealt with.
We I still have questions on what they're
Well,
actually going
well,
to do.
you know, I've got to say that I'm
We'll
happy
see it when we
I'm
see it.
happy to see it, but I'm afraid, be very afraid of what kind of titles these are going to be that they threw in an extra 5 years worth of them, because I'm going to say that we've seen their examples from the last time they caught up, and some of them are just totally banal and off the wall. So, 5+ years of them, I have no idea what we're going to be looking at for 5 years worth of, yeah. But I do like the fact that he future proofed it just a little bit, so that, I'm gonna give Rav some credit there for doing that. Gotta give him a little attaboy for thinking ahead of the game. Instead of just catching up, he future proofed it for a few years. So
Yeah, yes.
kudos. Yeah,
If it was done correctly and he
yeah.
did future proof it for several years in the future, good job. But we'll see.
That's what you got to look forward to for those of you who are still at it with those subs.
Hey man, how long is
Hey
my
now.
developer challenge number 2?
How long have
Oh.
all your developer challenges been out there? Since you put them out there. That's right.
Okay. The Red Sachet Bandits. Remember, where did the Red Sash Bandits actually exist, Laz?
Owl said, right? An owl's
Owl's
nest.
nest
Owl's
mine.
nest. Yeah.
Around Owl's head. Yes. Oh, thank you, Lily. Her tail decided to hit the mouse wheel and scroll back up. They applied variant colors and the sash motif to the melee ranged and caster bandit versions of these NPCs. Soda ticket 22,089. Why? How many fucking people hunt in Owl's Nest and the mines? Oh man. Out in Brittany Fields, they fixed a typo in Dupre's rumors responses, updated the path grid to accommodate larger NPCs. Out in Black Bay Foothills, the peaceful oasis campsites now have anti-theft protection on
Anti-theft.
all the things
Intruder
that
alert.
should be stealable.
Intruder alert.
Yeah. Out in Central Brittany, they added ladders to access balconies in the large hall. Out in Highvale outskirts, they fixed a typo in the commander responses from Cyanus. The devotional caretakers mentioning truth, love, and courage will give avatars broad feedback as to their current scores in their respective virtues.
Ooh, interesting.
Nice.
Very interesting.
Nice.
Instead of us plain old generic responses, that'll be nice to see.
Broad feedback. Thou dost not really follow the path of love.
And
I see thou art a follower of the path of love.
Yeah, and more on that next.
They fixed a typo in one of the bandit leaders' responses.
No.
Highvale. What? Oh, the caretakers have responses for extremely low, very low, low, neutral, high, very high, and extremely high scores.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So,
welcome, Link Rick.
I love this. So neutral would be 0. And then on the positive side, it goes high, very high, extremely high.
Yeah. The negative side, low, very low.
It goes low, very low, very low,
Extremely
extremely low. What? Okay, so Laz,
because we don't want to use the term negative with anything.
Is 3, positive 3, a high number?
No. It would be a low number, right?
Oh.
And yes, the virtues do things, Tina. They change the color of your cloak, and they allow you access or not to the Jack of Diamonds or whatever it is.
Yeah, Jack of Diamonds.
But that's about all.
Yeah.
And they give you a certain glow when wearing certain things.
Yeah, and supposedly if you have very high skills or high whichever end of the spectrum you are, high benefits to your Shroud of the Avatar.
That I haven't noticed.
Well, I mean,
and also they affect whether you can answer the question right to get your 500 gold from the Oracle.
Yes, yeah.
That big 500 gold that'll pay that couple days lot fee on your row lot.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I have to time this by looking at Lily's tail when I can go highlight something. Waiting for Lily. Since I already did fix the typo. Out in Vicklin, they increased the drop rate for the treasure hunt instructions and keys, as well as fixed typos in the treasure hunt instructions related to the troll statue. Out in Central Brittany, Phoebe's favorite has changed from cinnamon rolls to lemon buns.
Lemon bones.
Important dialogue change? Maybe.
Yeah, not
Audio.
enough to be worth the squeeze. I definitely agree with you on that, Tina.
Yeah.
You know, is again there was a post out
That-
there I want to say about a week or so ago. Somebody goes, "Who even wears their shroud?" There's a whole topic out there. Maybe I'll pull it up for tomorrow. Is you know maybe we should have a different slot just for the shroud so people can actually wear the shroud on top of a cloak, or instead of so that they can wear it for some aesthetic reason, because nobody ever wears the thing. And of course I think one person came back. I'll look for it for tomorrow's show.
that was a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meow. Now I gotta go find where I was at. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Added Crocktails recipe to Merryweather in Solania. Out in
Rocktails.
Zoe Cornley in Erie, the general store in the Wasteland or Westland general store in Mud. Tanglemeyer and Shandy Chapman.
Andy
Out in
Chapman, what?
Malice. Shandy Chapman.
Shandy
Haven't seen
Chapman.
Shandy in a
Holy
long ass
shit.
time.
Shandy still exists out there?
Yeah, but Shandy doesn't sell scrolls anymore for cheap. You remember the hours that we used to spend
we
looking
used to
for
love
Shandy?
Shandy. That's right.
Okay. Out in Malice, they improved the logic for completing the Find Samuel in Malice because we're still trying to fucking fix the primary quest line in Shroud of the Avatar. 6 years later. And talk to Yama outside Malice Task.
Yama.
Yama. Players that have completed these tasks but still have them as active journal entries should say hello to Samuel in
Hello.
spite to archive them. The position of the nameplate will be saved after checking and unchecking show party members buff in the options interface. Dun, dun, dun. If players still have a spacing problem between nameplates, please click the reset button, then reset your show party members buff
Reset.
option. This will set them correctly. Are you sure?
Well, if not, then set reset again. Yeah. Actually, it's the year of the rabbit, isn't it?
Yes. But so year of the cat in Vietnam. Year of the cat, Vietnam. Dun dun. Yes, Vietnam is celebrating the year of the cat.
And the rest of the world, rabbit?
Well, China would be year of the rabbit.
Well, it's Chinese New Year's, not Vietnamese New Year's. Hello.
Hey. Oh. So let's see. There's also a theory that the Vietnamese made their own interpretation of the Chinese word for rabbit, which is Mao. In Vietnamese, this sounds like meow, meow,
Meow.
which means cat. The year of the cat. Yes. So pronunciation error possibly, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't speak Vietnamese and I am not Vietnamese. I have never been to Vietnam. Have you been to Vietnam?
No.
Okay. Out in Brittany Graveyard, added compass marker to the Brittany Sewers entrance. Oh man, they corrected an issue with Governor's Bot not being able to apply bans on player-owned towns.
Really?
Out in Central
I wonder if that actually works.
You can try. Out in Central Brittany, closed a hole in the castle wall.
Yeah, now my understanding is that when you ban somebody, They would just have to enter their own instance. They could still enter your town.
Hey,
We'll have to wait till Friday to test this, or Thursday to test this. So,
um, do you think it's going to be working no matter what?
but we'll find out on Thursday.
Yeah.
I have some towns we can test that on. I can ban your ass, and you can try and enter them.
Haha, you can't ban my ass. Oh man. Oh, stop that, Lily. Stop.
So Vesper says there are no private town instances anymore. Recall.
Yeah.
Well,
That was when they
then we'll
converted all like the overland being part of
has to
uh
be, because if you own a house in the town that I own, and I just ban you, but I don't ban your house, you still have to be able to access it to get to your house. So if that's not possible, that needs to be fixed. But we'll test that
oh
on Thursday. Yes.
wait, do I have deeds on me? Yes, I do.
Uh,
So you can assign me a lot and then I will claim it. Then you can ban me from the town and we'll see what happens.
You can what from the property manager?
You can ban someone. You can ban someone from the lot, but even banning from the lot doesn't work.
Again, we run
It
in
will prevent you from
we run
accessing
into
the doors.
conundrums there, because even if you could move that lot into storage and not access the town, then it's going to cost somebody money for that, and that's yeah. I don't even want to get into that right now. Going to cost somebody money. That's just a real sticky situation, but yeah. I'm not going to get into it till we test how it works on Thursday. So,
Laz, it's gonna be funny. It's
oh,
gonna be funny.
I know, I know. Again,
Cluster.
this comes from making decisions without actually realizing what those decisions entail to actually implementation. So we shall find out on Thursday. Yeah.
Yes. Now, where was I? One last thing. One last thing before we start heading out today. Where was I?
It was the whatchamacallit, right? Central Brittany closed the hole in the castle wall. Harvest.
Harvest, the watchtowers in Harvest should no longer allow precipitation to come through their roof.
Still having a
Out
problem
in
with
Worm
that.
Sands, they updated the path grid at a well. And then let's go with the other two, Central Brittany. Travelers will now give their names when asked.
Really?
And does that mean that they named those NPCs?
Well, yeah, I hope so.
I mean, only about 5,000 more NPCs to give names to so that we can work on their dialogue. And
You know, I still
allow
never
people
got
to
my
claim.
name my NPC reward,
Neither did I.
because Lum
Neither did
stopped
I.
doing it, and you all stopped following through on things that people had rewards on. But
Hey. I mean, if we claimed all the stuff that our pledges should have, we are only missing like a lot of things. Out in Central Brittany, they removed a duplicate keyword from a traveler NPCs to stop a build error
build error.
related to a duplicate keyword from the traveler.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, and
That
we'll pick up with Vicklin tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I forgot to change windows for that anyways. But it is time for us to pull another giveaway
Ooh, what
and
happened there?
mail out. Well, you got teleported off the lot, which means thanks to awesome AFK, you're seated, and to go AFK, you teleport. Ooh, fix that logic.
You know, I mean, it wasn't broke, people. Wasn't broke. Don't know why y'all had a
I-
dick with the AFK timer, but it wasn't broke. AFK timer is supposed to leave you in the game and not bother you, not punt me out and reload my screen every 20 minutes.
The much easier solution would have been to have the death timer just pop up a window saying, did you want to be resurrected? Yes, no, which is already there, and just leave that.
And that wasn't broke either. I don't care what anybody says.
I know, but no, like the timer running out of, like, it gives you 5 minutes to find an
Well,
and if you don't,
if
then
you don't, then
it
you get
automatically
res.
resurrects
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
But the solution
Oh,
would have been
solution
for the res
give you
killing
a yes, no
would be
option. Yeah. No,
yes,
I want to.
no,
No, I want to wait and
and
find an onk. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and not resurrect someone. That would have been a much better solution.
Yeah, probably a lot easier to
instead-
implement.
But instead, let's dick with the AFK timer and
Lomir,
respawn.
Lomir Eden, congratulations.
Oh, Grindelol getting a Steam key from me. And that's going to be the Magister. Woo! Grindelol gets to be the Magister. Will he or she win the Magister?
And Lomir, are you there? You gonna take this
Okay.
one? I
Yeah.
hand to you? Okay.
There you go. Congratulations. Let's go see how much the Magister is worth. Matt, come on. Search.
And I'm gonna close my game key giveaway. Pick ourselves a wiener.
The Magister.
And Deb Blosick. Deb Blosick, you got yourself a copy of Cook, Serve, Delicious, Free.
The
Cook,
Magister.
Serve, Delicious, Free.
$15.
Going
That
out to
sounds
Deb
like fun.
Blosick. Well, it does if you've done Cook, Serve, Delicious 1 and 2.
I suppose.
Hey, man. I don't know how your cooking fantasies go, but it might work.
Uh-huh. But of course, that's going to be it for us for today. We'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.